Charles, how do you feel about any unethical projects getting built on your blockchain? Is it something you have to deal with? No. Why? Because it's open infrastructure. If it's open infrastructure, by definition, good people and bad people have equal access to it. Community curation, regulation, and other things will show up to help clean that up. And that's the point of Voltaire. That's the point of Catalyst. That's the point of ambassadors and the foundation, and point of you guys using your brains. Almost all these scams are not one way. Okay, the difference between a scam and a robbery and a burglary is the burglary is you're not home, or you're home, someone shows up and takes your shit and runs off. A scam, they show up, talk to you, and convince you to do something with them that ends up having you be the loser in that proposition. So you need to vaccinate, you need to inoculate your mind against these types of things. Giveaway scams are the canonical example of that. I come almost a weekly basis. We are not giving away ADA. We are not giving away ADA. I tweet it. I make videos of it. I tell people in person. And the community acts as surrogates, and they broadcast and they amplify. And we do everything in our power. Every day, there's no exception. I get an email from somebody. Hey, I didn't get my ADA. It's just extraordinary to me. If they did 5 seconds of Google searching, giveaway scams are a scam, giveaway scams are a scam, the videos are there, the pins are there, all that stuff doesn't matter. Somehow they just want to believe it's true, and so they go and do it. And sure, there's liability. Liabilities to YouTube. They make money from this with sponsored videos and all these other things, hijack channels. If I mention COVID in this AMA, YouTube will put a little chyron at the bottom that says COVID information. Okay, their natural language processing algorithms are so fucking good that they can do that. This video is probably going to have it because I said COVID. And they just do that automatically. It's there. It was a priority. Meanwhile, giveaway scam. These videos always look the same. They have same characteristics, same setup, and they're across our entire industry. Mike Saylor, Elon Musk, Vitalik, myself, Adam Back, across the whole industry. Steve Wozniak and Ripple are both suing YouTube over it. No chyron. Giveaway scams are a problem. Never give away your ADA. Wonder why? So that's unethical, and that's the legacy side of things. What does YouTube do about that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. At least here, when we come to the summit, we're going to talk about certified dApps, dApp stores, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of real things in the utility side, and what that allows is both professional and community curation to help force projects into a certain mindset. There's also a huge conversation about governance. Governance isn't just about execution. It's about auditability and transparency and integrity and these types of things. We as a community have to work together to create those standards for our community and for the industry if we're ever going to get out of all of this. And those unethical projects can't survive in that respect. If we don't work together, well, then they'll just continue existing. 100%. I was going to click something else. Wow. Charles, are we happapus or sadapus? We are happapus today, sir. It is a happapus month. Yeah, it was Glenn Frey. Yeah, whatever. He was one of the founders of the Eagles. It's Deacon is his son. I thought it was Fry. It might be Frey. Is it Fry or Frey? You guys remember? How is the crypto lobby effort going? I'm probably going to sneak away to DC and actually talk to some people about that right after the conference, then go on vacation. So there's going to be a meet Charles Hoskinson in DC, but a lot of lawmakers. Also talked to the Attorney General of the state of Colorado here a few days ago, and probably talk to the governor in a bit. Obviously, we engage a lot on state politics in Wyoming, and then usually federal politics through the Senate. It's progressing. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of unfair belief structures that exist. And it's very clear there are members of the Treasury Department that are just saying things that are nuts, absolutely nuts. So in other words, uphill. But, the industry will work together and we'll get it done. I keep getting bugged by Hashgraph people, Charles. What is the deal of this Hashgraph stuff? I don't know. I've always maintained the same position. I know nothing of Hashgraph. I'm never going to know anything of Hashgraph. They seem to have this bizarre idea that intellectual property is a good thing and it protects the ecosystem, which is against the entire ethos of the floss movement. And that's a prerogative decision that the principals of the project made. And then they like to come to our community and cram into our face, oh, look at all these commercialization projects we do. Sure. Okay, but I don't care. Why do you care? It feels like a deep insecurity that they have, at least members of the community. Every tweet, every Reddit post, everything on Telegram, Hashgraph, Hashgraph, Hashgraph. Look at this thing. It's like, guys, go somewhere else. Okay, if you're so great and you're selling, why do you need to come into this community and just shitpost and troll? Why? Why do you need to attack me? Why do you need to do all this stuff? I have a pretty reasonable belief set here. I pay attention to open source protocols and projects because that technology allows me to freely use it and collaborate with it. And we do research partnerships all the time with different blockchains that are open source. If there are patents or things that are closed source or there's restrictive licenses, we just don't work in that domain. There's a long history of this in cryptography. There's a great signature scheme that came out that was a building block for lattice-based crypto. It's called Entrue, and it's patented. No one uses it. Brilliant stuff, brilliant technology, but no one uses it because it's patented. Okay, if there's intellectual property and you have open source alternatives, go do those open source alternatives. So I'm much more inclined to look at what Emin's doing in Avalanche and their metastable consensus than look at Hashgraph. Somewhat comparable, but Avalanche would be far better in my view. Why? Because it's open. The ideas are open. We can talk. We can collaborate. We can write papers together. There may be things they're doing that we can borrow. Things we're doing, they can borrow. That's how things should work. And these people, they can say, well, that doesn't matter because we're getting commercial adoption. It's like, sure, MongoDB has commercial adoption too. It's live and let live, guys. Stop being so insecure. Your community is not my problem.